yesterday.
Okay, Lee, if you just want to say hello to everyone logged on.
Hi guys, thanks for logging on, if you're there. Anyways.
First question's from Diana. I love the album and You and Me is one of my favourite tracks. Will there be a video to go with the single?
There's no video with the single, no, which is a shame actually. It's on download, and yeah, that's the first performance today, so I'm glad you enjoyed that one, and it's great fun to sing.
Okay, Bev wants to know, your fan base is becoming more and more widespread. Are there any plans to do a tour?
I'm in talks about doing a tour, yeah. Nothing's confirmed yet, so I need to be careful what I say really. But hopefully January next year, or potentially this year, there's going to be some concerts, so fingers crossed on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Joan says you always look pleased and somewhat surprised to see your fans waiting outside the theatre every night, but do you ever get fed up with the nightly scrum?
Never, no. I mean, I think fans are amazing, you know, and that kind of support is really important, because it's, you know, they're the guys that kind of buy my albums and come to the shows and watch performances. And even this morning there was some girls out the back, the studio. It was like 5:30 this morning, so
that's hardcore.
Dedication.
Okay, Mary says, will there be a DVD released of you as Joseph, so that all the people who live too far away to see this show will have a chance to watch you?
I don't know actually. It's a good idea though. It'd be nice to have a DVD of the show, but nothing as such that I know of at the moment, so could be an idea.
Quite a few people asked that one, so
really?
Maybe that's something for the future. Ali B says, what's the most funny or embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage?
The most funny or embarrassing thing? Well, at the end of a show, in the finale, there's a mega mix in the show, and the only part where I dance actually, and my dressy loincloth thing came off and flew into the orchestra pit, so I had my boxers on and had to quickly run off stage.
I can't imagine the audience minded that.
Which wasn't very good. But yeah, that was quite embarrassing. I think that goes up there. Yeah.
Okay. Kirsten Island says, how are the guitar lessons and songwriting going? Does learning an instrument help with your songwriting?
Yeah, I think learning an instrument does help, because you know, you're especially writing songs, and you have the lyrics obviously, but then if you're rehearsing with a guitar, which I'm trying to do at the moment, it helps feed that more. And the lessons are going well. Yeah, I've got my guitar now, so just practicing, you know, as much as I can.
Are you writing quite a lot of your own material?
Not loads. I mean, I'm just, because of the schedule as well. It's kind of, you know, very busy doing obviously the show 8 times a week and interviews and things like that. So, but any free time I get, I'm obviously trying to do what I can, which is good. It's great writing your own songs.
Amanda F says, are you thinking of furthering your career with a serious acting part on film, TV, or stage that wouldn't involve singing?
Hopefully, one day. Yeah. I mean, I feel like perhaps it's quite greedy, but I love to sing and I love to act as well, so it'd be nice in the future. I think it's just timing really, and depends on what comes along, but I'd definitely consider some acting roles, you know, it's something I'd love to do. So.
Jazzy Lou says, which musical theatre role would you like to play next, and would you star with Denise?
Would I star with Denise? I don't know actually. I mean, that's something we haven't really discussed, so it could be an option I guess, but I think certainly for the near future, I've always said I'd like to be part of an original musical production, so just waiting for the right role and the right show, and if I'm kind of wanted as well. So
it was good when you sang with Connie, the Phantom of the Opera thing.
Yeah, it's a great duet. That was
yeah. Kelly says, quite unusual question, I have a phobia of pigeons. Do you have any phobias?
That's quite scary, isn't it? Any phobias? Not really. I've said I wanted to kind of go flying and jump out of a plane, which I think would be very scary. But and bungee jumping, I don't think I'd ever do a bungee jump, so that might be a phobia, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like to do that either.
Bungee. Yeah.
Judy and Val says, what's your favourite song to perform in Joseph and why?
Close Every Door is definitely my favourite song in Joseph, and I think because of the scope of the song and the journey, it comes to a point in the show where, you know, Joseph is kind of, he's a young boy and he's growing into a man, and it really describes how he is at that point in the show. So and vocally it's an amazing sing as well. So
That's my favourite.
Yeah, it's my favourite number.
Leah says, "Hi Lee, I have heard rumours that the current run of Joseph is up into October 2008. Is it going to be extended with you still in the leading role?"
I don't know yet of such, but I'm definitely signed to October. Yeah, I've agreed to extend, so could be longer. It depends on what happens, really. So, but until now, it's up until October.
Okay. Conga Girl says, "We see from your website
Conga.
that
I know the Conga Girls.
Oh, right. We see from your website that you're going to be featured on a movie soundtrack. Any more info you can tell us about that?"
Yeah, not much really, because it's all fairly new to me as well. It's called 3 and Out. It stars Mackenzie Crook and lots of other great actors and actresses. And it's going to be, it's out early April, and I was asked to sing the title soundtrack for the film, which was amazing. And to be asked to do that was obviously wonderful. So watch this space. Yeah.
Okay. Jane from St Albans says, "If you could meet a famous person from history, who would it be and why?"
Famous person from history. I kind of don't want to say Elvis because it's quite cliche, isn't it? But probably Elvis. Yeah, I think he was a legend.
Yeah.
Nobody else springs to mind as such at the moment.
Okay.
Kind of on the spot. So, but definitely Elvis. Yeah.
Next question is, "Do you have any pets? If so, what are they called?" I have 2 Labradors, and that's from Gabrielle, age 6.
Oh, Gabrielle. I don't have any pets, no, because at the flats where I live, we're not allowed pets in the building. So I'm hoping end of next year to buy somewhere, a home, and with a garden, and hopefully, perhaps a dog or something, or a cat. Be nice. But it depends on what I'm doing as well. If I'm touring around, then wouldn't be very fair, would it really?
Okay.
So.